people. Yeah, battle against Genghis. Old Gengi, cool bloke. Um, Now, this first, 2 minutes are just kind of, rambling. Because Wi-Fi, it was having a doozy today. I always talk to people about how reliable 4th gen Wi-Fi is. I mean, you always connect, but it has a high chance of DCing, whereas 5th barely ever connects first time, but it's relatively stable once you actually get into the frickin' game. That's how you can always tell when someone DCs, because 9 times out of 10 it won't. But this. Oh man. Now the first DC, Genghis actually did say it was his fault, because he accidentally knocked his DS and he got his screen just froze. So yeah, he didn't get a DC screen, he just got a black screen completely. So he called for that one. The second one, definitely my fault. Where I have my router is a bit weird, and if there's something in front of it, it just doesn't want to work. So I had to move. After this one, I have to move it. But this has got to be the weirdest shit in the world, right? It does what it does in 5th gen, where it just says it was trying to join me, but then this happens. Failed to respond, and then he leaves and enters the room all at the same time. And I was like, what the hell is this? Wi-Fi-ception, yeah! So yeah, that was strange, to putting it mildly, but there you go. So the second time we try it, it's gonna DC again, and yeah, this was definitely my fault, because I was barely getting 2 bars, it was sitting at 1, it dropped to 0 bars about 7-8 times. That's one of the things I like about 4th gen Wi-Fi, it will drop to 0 bars and it'll be like, fuck it, I'm carrying on. I'll sit here till I regain connection. I was like, yeah, but nothing doing. And that's in ×4 speed, and it took so long to do the, look at that. Can you imagine, in just regular speed, it was I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to do each individual after turn effect? But then it dies, and third time is the charm, because I get off my arse and I actually go have a look at my fucking router and move it slightly. So then we actually have a battle, yeah! Isn't that fun? This is a good battle. I just wanted to show that first bit off, because, man, I don't understand that. 4th gen Wi-Fi is usually so reliable for me. Although I have found that for no apparent reason, maybe 4th gen's just more honest than 5th. 5th will usually stay at full bars fairly comfortably. 4th never stays at full bars. It never does that. It sort of jumps between the 3, and say, it sometimes even goes down to 0. So nothing is just 4th being more honest or 5th just being better, but it's working off the same Wi-Fi system, because it's the console's Wi-Fi system, so I don't understand that. But anyway, we actually do get into this fucking battle now, so, hey! And he's gonna lead out with his bomber snow. I lead out with my freaking life or physical celebi, because, as I told him, it's freaking awesome. I love this thing. Only in 4th gen, though. It doesn't quite work in 5th, but in 4th it works a fucking treat. I don't know why. Anyway, I was worried he was scarfed, because when I played Robotic is Sexy, he used the scarf one, so I thought, I'm not even gonna U-turn, I'm just gonna flat switch into Bronzong. And he's going to go into his Charizard. That's bad, as I'm sure you can imagine, but I do have Protect on my Bronzong. See, look how nice and quick that's going now. That's in ×2 speed. That's much more like it. Although, in 4th, after turn effects still seem to last for 75,000 years, so I don't know. But still, so I figure I'm going to go for Protect, I'm going to Scout, and he kind of surprised me a bit. He goes for a Will-O-Wisp. That's interesting. I don't know, I can never quite fathom what Charizard set it was running, but if it's physically bulky or something, then fair dues, but still, I don't know. And I'm going to make a really predictable play here. I don't know if he was predicting, my Heatran exactly, but I'm assuming he was predicting a fire type. I guess he probably was just predicting Heatran, since it's a fairly safe bet that something's, or most people are going to have one. So I do go into Heatran, he makes a good play, goes for Focus Blast. Even then, even if it was just an Arcanine or something, a move that isn't fire type is just better. So, yeah, he goes Focus Blast, hits my Heatran, and I'm sitting there thinking, I don't really have anything to kill it with my Heatran. I have Starmie, great, but I don't know. And since Heatran was here, I was just like, I'm just going to explode. because I love 4th gen, because Explosion actually accomplishes things. You know? So he's going to switch out, and oh my god, this is so funny. He switches out straight into a Clefable, and you know what? You want to know what happens? Heatran says no. Heatran says no to Clefable. So I explode and I kill it. And I'm like, that's great. Frickin' Clefable gone right at the start of the battle. Couldn't go better. I was jumping for joy at that. One of the most broken pieces of shit gone. So I was happy, and I was thinking, okay, I'm on a bit of a roll. Since I've just used my Scarf Heatran, I'll go into my Scarf Licky. Maybe I can catch something off guard. So he's going to go into a Gliscor. And I don't really have that many things to kill it. It can wall me fairly effectively, depending on how he's set up. So I go into Licky, and I think, you know what? Since Heatran did it, Licky also says no. So I explode, and I kill the Gliscor. 2 walls gone in 2 turns. Ah. The only real time I brought Licky in with the vague intention of just exploding. So yeah, that's gone well. He now has no, like, concrete walls to use, apart from his Charizard and his Abomasnow. I think anyone would have taken Gliscor and Clefable, so yeah, that's gone pretty good. He didn't like it, but I did. I'll quite happily, like, make that trade. So he's going to go into his Weavile, and I'm going to go into my Celebi. Now, he might have gone Pursuit, which would have been awful. I don't really want to deal with that. But I'm kind of stuck. But he is going to go SD, fortunately. And I believe I go straight for a U-turn. That is a nice, chunky hit, super effective, and it does a shit ton. I know Weavile is not physically bulky, but still, that is a hefty chunk. You know what I can do now? I can just go into Hippowdon, and you know what I can do after that? I can go into Bronzong, and he'll die to Hail, and even if he doesn't, Protect. So, I had this Weavile on lockdown. To be honest, after I blew up his 2 walls, he had such an uphill climb, because, as I'm sure you know from watching my 4th gen battles, as ashamed as I am to admit it, my Licky Licky is fairly expendable. It either explodes or tries to hit something and then dies. So, I didn't mind losing my Licky Licky at all. I still have my full walling team combo thing, and I have good offensive power in Celebi and Starmie. So, I didn't lose that much. I just lost another set of, physical special attackers. So, I was not bothered in the slightest, but he lost both of his walls, and he's, like I say, he was just fighting an uphill battle straight after I exploded on the Gliscor. So, yeah. But he does make the decision to save his Weavile, so I make the sort of mental note that I need Stealth Rocks up at some vague point in time. Although I can just get him with Sand, but he might get an Ice Punch off, and there. Like, Hippo is a beast, but I can't be asked to deal with that shit. So, basically, I'm kind of just sitting here with Bronzong, sort of trying to get a feel for shit. I like to get a Gyro Ball off on it. I'm pretty sure I just set up Light Screen, so kind of the main reason I wanted to set up Light Screen was I wasn't sure what it was. If it was like a Toxic Stoller, then fuck it doesn't really matter. But if it had Blizzard, then I can still go into Celebi with the Light Screen up, and I can get a U-turn off. In fact, even better, this Starmie is now completely neutered, and my Celebi can just sit here, Seed Bomb, Sucker Punch, U-turn, set up Stealth Rocks. Don't care, Celebi's great. So, I'm completely cool with this right now. Like I say, I've got all the cards, and I'm just slowly playing them down whenever I feel like it. I mean, he did pretty well, I'll give him that, but he had such an uphill struggle. But he's going to switch out, he's going to go into his Charizard, fair dues, I'm just going to go for my Stealth Rocks. And now my Hippo can roar, his Weavile is practically dead at this point. I mean, yeah, he could try and get Starmie in, but I have Celebi, I have a Starmie of my own with a bit of Specs Thunderbolt. I can keep going Specs Thunderbolt, because even if he wants to go into his Abomasnow, Stealth Rocks plus Specs Thunderbolt isn't going to feel too tasty, so, yeah. But I'm just going to U-turn out, since I have set up my Stealth Rocks, and if it didn't have a sash, it had lefties, but whatever, it's damage, I don't care. And I wanted to keep Celebi alive. So, he's going to go to Wisp. That's another thing. He can't really status my team because I have 2 natural curers. That's awesome. I love that. I love that combo. It's like dual Intimidate. You know, it's like if people run Staraptor and Salamence, and they can just switch back and forth, or Landorus and Salamence, because you can just keep switching back and forth and just completely shut shit down. It's awesome. But still, at the moment, not particularly worried. Like I say, I can just go for a Specs Thunderbolt. I could have tried to predict and go for an Ice Beam, but there, I didn't really see the point. I just want to get gradual damage. This Abomasnow is the only real thing standing in my way. The Charizard, I'm not worried. If he switches in, he takes half, and then anything will kill it, apart from Celebi. And Bronzong, I suppose, but meh. Starmie, again, not worried. Starmie of my own, I can just club that to death with a nice Thunderbolt. It might be able to Rapid Spin as I switch in, but again, Thunderbolt dominates all. So, I'm pretty good right now. But it's just sort of how I want to do it. If I can keep getting Sand up, then he keeps having to switch his Abomasnow out and then back in. And that's great for me, it's more Stealth Rocks damage, so I'm quite happy sending in Hippo right now. It might look like an incredibly bizarre switch since I weak to both of his stabs, but he goes Toxic. That says to me, Leech Seed, Sub, Toxic, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, Hippo is fine now. I can sit here for donkey's years, unless he has, like Giga Drain might be a bit problematic, but Blizzard, no. Don't care. And I can just shuffle with Raw. Hippo literally had, like, what has he got to hit me? Apart, you know, he's got Starmie. I suppose all of his shit's special, but Raw. And he's going to keep taking entry hazards. He's going to keep taking sand damage. I'm not bothered. I love Hippo. So awesome. Even when all it has to go up against is special attackers, he still doesn't give a shit. That Charizard pretty much just done. I mean, he can't even Wisp me. He can't, he could Fire Blast, I guess, but he looks fairly defensive. I don't know if he had Roost or not. He might have had Air Slash and Focus Blast. Probably Roost in there? I don't quite know. I don't quite remember. I don't think I ever see Flamethrower. I don't know. But still, looking pretty good right now, as I said. And yeah, there isn't really that much to commentate now. I'll probably end up linking his channel, because he's pretty cool, and he is making a new series, and yeah, he's a very chill bloke. Oh yeah, he does have Air Slash, right. But still, once again, I mean, Starmie is gonna die, but Celebi, he'd have to leave his Charizard in, because if he switches out, dies to Stealth Rocks. That's another thing that's going to die to Stealth Rocks. Along with Weavile. And Abomasnow if I keep hitting it. Like, if he switches into it now, great, but no he doesn't. He stays in, goes Thunderbolt. Which is fine. I'm cool with that. I still get rid of his Charizard, it's one less problem to worry about. He only has 2 guys to switch between now. Yeah. It's all slowly coming together. I will lose my Starmie, but I don't give a fuck. Although, that said, I could save it and bring it in once I've Death Flooded something like Celebi, and then Hydro Pump, and, Psychic even, I don't care. But he's going to go into his Starmie here. That is the most bizarre play, because, I don't know, maybe he's defensive or something, or maybe it was just a speed type, but I win whatever it was, and Specs Thunderbolt. If he'd have just gone, he would have been better off going to a Abomasnow. Because, yeah, it could tank the hit, maybe get a sub up if he has it, or protect, I don't know. But he goes into Starmie. Maybe he just wanted to try and Rapid Spin away, but I don't know. He jumped the gun a bit on that one. So he's going to lose his Starmie. And it's pretty much just it now. He has a Abomasnow. And that's all, really. I'm pretty sure we have a bit of a Protect thing going on here. I can't quite remember. I'm pretty sure yeah. Oh no, I just go into Celebi. Yeah, I dick around here too hard. Like a complete buck. Because he sets up Toxic and he starts just protecting, and I don't know. I act like a bit of a pleb. Because when he, I think he gets 3 protects or something, and I think, oh, Sucker Punch. And then he doesn't attack, he goes Toxic. I'm like, oh. So eventually I will get a U-turn off. Because he gets so much lefties back, it doesn't quite kill, but it still kicks its butt. I mean, so, if you really want to try something different, like Life Orb Physical Celebi, as a lead, just gets the job done. I don't think it would really work in 5th, especially in OU, although it is only in OU. Because, I mean, you got Scissors, not Scissors, Sizzles. You've got Terrakions, you've got just shit everywhere. Horrible. Bleh. So, I don't know if it would work there, but in 4th, it's been fairly good to me, and it's done a hell of a lot of work fairly comfortably. So, I don't know, I like it. I think it's just a good solid all-rounder. Nice bulk, good HP, nice power with the life orb, stealth rocks, blur, I'm waffling. But you know how it is. Did I go Sucker Punch already? I think I did, yeah. He's nearly dead. Don't worry, we're getting there. I'd probably just go straight into Hippowdon, I'd guess. Yeah, there you go. Finally fails to protect. Did pretty good, though. I'm pretty sure he got like 3 in a row. But there you go. So I U-turn, it just barely leaves it alive. I was like, ah, I could have killed him if I wasn't such a twat. Oh well. That Celebi. Really good. I still need to... if I ever get around to actually making new pokes for my 4th gen games, I will probably try and find a replacement for Licky. Because I love that explosion, but I'd rather have Life Orb, so I can switch. Life Orb mix is really fun. Because, I swear to God, whenever I use Scarf Licky, maybe it's just the coverage moves, I have like Double Edge, EQ, and Power Whip are walled fairly easily. So maybe that's just the problem I have, especially since nothing hits Ghost. But all I get to hit Ghost is Shadow Ball. I don't particularly want to run Shadow Ball on a max attack set. It's just a bit there. Anyway, Ian's gonna die, and I'm gonna win, so good game, old Gengi. I hope you enjoyed. Nice long battle, and yeah, Wi-Fi-ception. See you guys in a bit. Peace.